o'clock, Tuesday, June 16th. Call the meeting to order. Let the record reflect that all commissioners are here. Any additions or changes to the agenda?
No.
All right. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion to approve.
Seconded. Discussion. Seeing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The agenda is adopted. We go on to the consent agenda, items 5 through 8. Is there a motion to approve the consent items?
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion. Seeing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The consent agenda is adopted. Open forum. Is there anyone here in the room or online that wishes to address the commission? Nobody? All right, then we'll move on to general business. Item 9. We got a World Cup winner.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. We're here today to recognize Jason Hivela. Jason has been a fixed route operator with Metropolitan since 2019. On May 10th, Jason competed at the 35th Community Transportation National Rodeo that was held in Omaha, Nebraska. This is an opportunity for operators to test their skills against other operators throughout the nation. I'm proud to say that Jason took first place in the 35-foot category. Jason came back and we had a local bus rodeo on May 21st, and Jason took first place in that as well. I would like to congratulate Jason on a job well done in Omaha and wish him luck at the state rodeo coming up in July 18th.
This is the first rodeo you participated in?
The first nationals.
Wow, congratulations. That's really cool.
Were you able to get a picture?
And he's also going to donate the trophy to Metropolitan. Mike forgot to say that part.
In case he changes. Steal it.
Oh, you can lift that thing.
That's impressive.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's a
Thin. Oh, that's why.
very good.
In there.
Yep. All right. Smiles, everyone. Perfect. Thank you. Congrats.
Great, thanks.
Congratulations. Awesome.
Congratulations, Jason.
Thanks. We're going to get you a name tag.
I was just wondering if we were just changing weight.
No, that's. Leaving that in by a quarter inch.
Little by little. Right?
Well, I don't know where you are. Yeah.
Wait,
That went out to bid, so we have to approve the reason why we have to move it.
It's not a collection of Jason collection.
Well, we'll get more.
There you go. I like it.
Congratulations again. That's really cool.
Thanks, Jason.
Thank you.
We'll move on then to item number 10. Consideration of procurement policy revisions.
Yes, good afternoon, Commissioners. The Federal Transit Administration recently released some updates and revisions to their third-party contracting circular. That's first revisions they've done in 12 years, so it's time for some updates. So as a result, the Minn Office of Transit asked all the urban and rural systems in Minnesota to update their policies to reflect changes that were made in the circular. So that's what we had done, and we're just looking for approval to accept all those changes that were brought forward. Questions?
Is there a motion to approve the policy changes?
I'll make a motion to approve the policy changes.
Second. Second. Any discussion on that? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries, and that policy is approved. Item 11, resolution 2026-02 MnDOT authorizing resolution for calendar year 2027.
Good evening, Commissioners. We have, every year we present this, where we have to send a resolution of telling the state that we're going to contribute 20% of our local match towards the operating budget, as well as the capital budget. In front of you, you have one for daily ride, and then the second one for fixed route.
Is there a motion to approve that resolution?
Second.
Seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, resolution is adopted. Item number. Did I? 12, okay, did I do, they look the same.
Same thing.
Okay, that's the fixed route. I said fixed route before, so we just approved the fixed route. So now we'll go down to dial ride.
So similar to fixed route, we also have a resolution to contribute 20% of our local match to daily ride for operating services.
Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
A second?
Second.
Okay, it's been moved in second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It carries. Resolution is adopted. Item number 13, consideration of fiscal year 2027 budget proposal and tax levy.
And that's me. In your package as well, you see our FY 2027 budget. This year is CBA year. Dave will talk a little bit about that. We have a period where the negotiations happen, and then we have to build that into our budget. We had a meeting with the personnel committee who gave us a number to use for this budget proposal for FY 2027. And that is what we use to build into this budget. We also will be purchasing 10 of the 23 CNG buses. We got awarded a $40 million grant last year. And we told them when they were giving us the money that we will be providing the local match to purchase this bus. We have put the grant in writing, hoping to start in 2027 for the first phase of those bus purchases. And it's also included here. And then also we broke ground for WTC. The project will be starting soon. Gary also talked about that a few months ago. Some of the budget highlights is staffing. We will be increasing our staffing to accommodate the WTC center that will be built. Health insurance as well is built into the CBA. So based off of what they go, we might see a very slight increase in the health insurance. And wages as well is included there. We are budgeting for about 100 drivers in here, and then some dispatchers as well. Based off of recommendations from last year, we did do the CEO class and comp study, and the decision was to put him back on the step system, which is consistent with other employees. And then some other stuff we'll be doing. And like I mentioned, part of the CIP for 2027 will be to purchase 13 of the 23 buses, some IT updates, set of good repairs to our facilities. Our tax levy for 2026 was 4.4, and we are still under 4% for our levy. So for this year, we are only doing like less than 0.5% increase to bring the levy up a little bit in order to cover those bus purchases and our operating budget, as well as our other capital items for 2027.
Question on that last part, but forget. So the levy, if not for the allocation that we got that we have to match, the levy would be flat,
To match, so
or the,
in
I'm more interested in the tax rate. Are we capturing the growth?
the tax rate was a slight increase from 2026 to cover the operating cost inflation. So based off of what we have for reserve, we have a little bit overage for our fund balance. So we're trying to keep our fund balance, like every department, for every organization, you have to have a fund balance to carry operations should something happen. So I have a very healthy fund balance, and to spend on a little bit so I'm not way over my threshold, I'll be using some of that to cover up whatever the negotiation lands at for salaries. So I didn't factor that into the increase of
That's in
operating.
contingency then.
Yeah.
For that.
But we're taking the market increase, valuation increase plus 0.41%.
0.4.
So, yeah,
So, and that's
a slight increase.
to cover,
Sorry.
primarily to cover the,
Regular operating of inflation.
does that, I mean, we do a budget every year, does that,
Yes.
that cover medical expenses for commissioners?
Someone might want to check on that.
I'll put it in my budget next year.
Does that? Blake, I mean, that's to cover that match. That's a one-time match for
No.
the capital, or is that ongoing over?
So the increase is only 500,000. So last year we had a 4.4. This year we'll be asking for a 4.9. The 500 increase is to cover inflation for regular operating of Metrobus. Salary is not included. When negotiations are done, whatever we land on, we'll use our surplus from our reserve
Okay,
to make that up.
okay, that makes sense. Thank you. Any other questions, commissioners? Is there a motion to, no, are we just giving this? Because we're not approving this, so. Yeah.
And this is the preliminary draft, so typically you have 30 days to make.
So we have time to think about it, come up
Right.
with some questions.
We'll present the
Reason not
final.
to support it.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask. Is this this isn't the
No,
final
this is
approval?
not-
This is the
no, this is the
presentation.
draft.
Okay, thank you. Then we give a chance to look it over some more, but
Yeah.
unless there are any questions now. Thank you.
Who's on our personnel committee?
Just one person.
Okay.
Our personnel committee or commission. Always been held by Wade Park, by the way, so whenever those issues are.
I just want to continue the tradition.
All right, let's move on then to number,
Sorry, when will this come back for finals? That July?
Yes.
so what's the resolution, the number 14, setting the preliminary levy?
I think that's supposed to.
You have to approve the draft, and typically you approve the draft. That's what you're doing consistent with previous years. We always approve the draft, and then we present the final, then it becomes final at the next subsequent board meeting. So typically, every year we present, like, on the budget, we present the budget as a preliminary draft. You approve it or disapprove it. You have 30 days to make recommendations, make changes, and then maybe bring it back the next month, and it becomes final.
Okay, I'm
Same thing we
familiar
did
with
last
the way
year.
the city does it. We do a preliminary levy
Yes.
that
So
we
the same
can't,
process.
that we can't exceed.
Yes.
Okay, but we can go down. Okay, that, it just throws me off because this is summer and that's usually in
Yeah.
September.
Yeah, they have to meet MnDOT's
Right.
timeline. MnDOT changed their
So
calendar.
they know, they'll have an idea of what,
Yes.
Right.
is there a motion to approve the preliminary?
Yes.
For preliminary budget and levy
No.
I
budget.
mean,
Levy.
sorry, just the levy,
The
right.
levy, the budget doesn't get approved until.
until the final. Yep. Yeah.
On the preliminary levy, is there any other discussion or any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's approved. Department update. Debbie.
Good afternoon, Commissioner. Well, still looking to stand, but Debbie Anderson, I'm the manager of the Mobility Training Center downtown St. Cloud. So our staff participates in community outreach activities, travel trainings, the dial-a-ride eligibility process, as well as we manage the agency bus pass sales. Those agency bus pass sales last year were over 12,000. So it's a lot of manual labor, but it's good. We like our new system of bus passes. This year we had a staff retire and we replaced Kim. She'd been with us for 37 years, with a young man, Patrick Knudsen. And he's just a really good addition to our team. His background is mental health, and he has worked with a number of agencies throughout the community. So those are really good contacts for our community outreach and travel training potential. We've been downtown for 12 years. I can't believe it. I've been in this position for, it'll be 17. And we still have many tears of joy and gratitude with our when we give that independence to our individuals to travel. It's phenomenal. Many tears every day. People don't realize that that our system, especially our dial-a-ride, is for all trips. You know, people can go visit their loved ones, go to church, grocery shopping. A lot of times they come in and they think it's medical. Tell them they can take their friends or their loved ones to Red Lobster for dinner, and the tears just start. So we have a lot of people that are very appreciative of Metrobus. This year last year, I do my numbers a little different than the fiscal year. I always go back a year from today. So our last year, we had 517 people into the Mobility Training Center just randomly to answer questions. We're open Monday through Friday from 9 to 3. Our our dial-a-ride approvals for this year are 451 new people coming onto our service. We conducted 397 interviews. So our dial-a-ride process entails an in-person interview once you've completed the application. We did 29 assessments to determine eligibility. Last year, we had 476. So we're pretty much on track with that. Now, we need to remember, we're not just adding more and more people. People drop off, or unfortunately, actually this week, we've had 4 individuals pass away. But just because people are approved to doesn't necessarily mean they're riding every day and going everywhere. These people, they come in as a backup, or they apply for the service and they never use it. And then after 3 years, we go through a recertification process that we need them to update their information and so forth. So in total, we had 494 community outreach activities, assisting 291 individuals with riding the bus. So 200 out of that number, 203 were community outreach activities. So we continue to go into our transitional housing sites once a month and meet with individuals. They have a turnover of residents every 30 to 60 days. So we explain how to ride the bus and how to pay your fare and so forth. And then travel trainings are booked if they need that after that. We continue to participate in 14 area committees throughout the community. We sit on housing, employment committees. I have to look at my list. A number of mental health, suicide prevention, transportation. Again, it's always the catalyst to the independence for people, and making sure that they consider transportation before they take the job, or they, move into a new housing development that we might not serve. We continue to work with over 50 agencies or supportive services that give us referrals to our travel training program. Upcoming this summer, we do large events as well. So we'll be at Juneteenth and Pride, the Hispanic Heritage, and the ECFE Truck Fair. 291 individuals participated in our travel training program, and total we rode the bus 1,176 times. So out of that 291, 264 were disabled. Adults, we had, no, that's not right. Sorry, you had 59 youth, but my adult number is not right. That doesn't add up. But when we take a look at the disabled individuals that we've travel trained, if we took 60 of those individuals and they rode fixed route 2 times a week for a year, and we kept them off of our dial-a-ride service, okay, that's a savings of $162,000 a year. So a lot of times people come in with a disability, whether it be physical or cognitive, and we take a look at that trip. If it's a cognitive disability, if it's a 1-seat ride, they can get on the bus from their home and get to work on one bus. Then the complexity of transferring and worrying about where to be and missing your next route isn't there. The same with a physical disability. If somebody can get on the fixed route at their home and they can get physically to their destination on the fixed route, we ask that they use the fixed route bus. So those are exciting things to give somebody a conditional dial-a-ride and then give them that independence to use fixed route when it works for them. So we're very excited about our new routes coming up. Ryan and I had a quick conversation last week about just that one seat ride and the matching of transfers at our transit center. Because at times we have folks that right now are coming in and sometimes they have to wait for an hour to an hour and 15 minutes for their next bus. And because of their vulnerabilities and social skills, they can't do that. So then we need to put them on dial-a-ride, where when things are better aligned, or that one seat ride, we'll be able to put more people on our fixed route system. That's all I have. Does anybody have any questions?
I have a question. Okay.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Dave.
So, okay. I just want to commend, each year we bring our students
Mhm.
over. So I teach at Benton Stearns and we have students 18 to 22 and they are developmentally delayed and they are working on their diploma, special ed and so forth. So transportation is a big factor for these students and each fall I have about 25 new students come in and so forth and we go to the downtown. And Deb, you do a great job of introducing them to that bus ride and those things. Some of them have had experience, but it impacts them immensely that they have the ability to ride that bus, the dial-a-ride, and they have all been approved and so forth. Nick and is it Wanda?
Joanna.
Wanda. Those two are excellent. They take the students on a ride around the route and so forth, show them how to, pull the bell and do those things and get the bus to stop. But the smiles on their faces that they can get to a job and get back home and they can transport themselves around the community. We work with driver's ed and we try to get them licensed, but some struggle with that and haven't been able to do that. But this is the way that they get around the community. And I've been riding on the bus quite a bit with them so that I also learn the routes and so I can help them with doing some of that. And we do the chat that we get on and we do that. So I've learned a lot about Metro Bus and I am thoroughly impressed, and the people that you meet on the bus also are able to get to their work, get to where they need to go. I saw the buses, but I never had a vision of how that all worked and so forth. And this is my 4th year teaching at that. After I retired, this is a different teaching type of job, but I really enjoy it, but I really respect the work that you do and the work that the other people do in helping to get them certified because these students are very, very happy with, the transportation system.
Yeah, we work with a number of the 18 to 21-year-old or 24 throughout the St. Cloud, and we're over in Sartell and Sauk Rapids as well. And so that was something actually that we've seen an increase in the schools reaching out. Oftentimes that's part of their IEP and it's mandated that transportation, they need to have those resources when they graduate. So the word is out that we're here and getting them on the bus. They can go home and be excited for their parents. A lot of times that's kind of a barrier. The parents aren't real sure about public transportation, but we work with that too and provide the training they need.
Thanks for all the work you do.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
You're taking them to dinner after that?
No, it's really amazing. It's okay.
How many employees do you have at that location that are doing the assessments and going out in the community?
We have 4 full-time and 2 part-time.
Okay.
Mhm.
So they're the only ones that are out in the community doing what you're doing and having students come there.
So one of our full-time primarily staffs our front desk. So there's 3 full-time and 2 part-time, including myself.
For some reason, I thought there was more over there.
No,
Okay.
there were. But
Too late, we just approved it.
yeah, and the tricky part is, you oftentimes people want staff at the same time on the same day. You can't change an outreach activity or somebody needing travel training. They need to get to and from work at certain times, and we try to mimic that. So that's what we do. Have 2 part-time staff, and oftentimes we're all out, at the same time. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Maybe a question for both of you. You said you have like 25 students. how do you have room for that many over there? Or do they come separately or?
No, they come through.
Yeah.
Is there enough room over there?
Conference
Oh,
room.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
They have a mini bus and
Yeah, it's a
they also come
bus.
to our school and then they present.
Okay.
We do a
and they
4-week,
interview.
yeah.
So they do
Mhm.
ways to contact us.
Yeah. And one of our travel trainers, Joanna, was a fixed bus driver. So we can grab our own bus and she'll bring it down. And then we can simulate, we always have to simulate a route. It's not from point A to point B, but it's just a little slower, calmer pace. They can pay their fare for the first time and do those things as well. Mhm.
Very good training.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
Okay, any other questions? Then, we, promotion to adjourn,
Second.
and seconded, discussion, hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
All right.
We are, opposed, no, and we are adjourned at 25 after.